Growing national coffee chain is officially up and running in its newest location in South St. Louis. 7 Brew is open on Chippewa near Watson. The new location sits where the St. Louis Hills Car Wash used to be. The coffee chain has opened several spots in our region. That includes in Wentzville, Cottleville, and in O'Fallon. And tonight, new reporting shows the company is getting some new money to continue its ambitious expansion plan. The drive-through coffee chain received an investment from Blackstone Growth, which is part of the trillion-dollar investment firm Blackstone. Since launching in 2017, the chain has grown to over 190 locations across the country, growing over 100% since that time.
Also today.